Hi everyone and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and I upload 2 videos a week on a Tuesday and a Thursday at 7 AM. So if you love recipe videos and you want to see more like this one, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And now I'm going to share with you how to make my delicious chickpea and roasted aubergine curry. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make my delicious chickpea and roasted aubergine curry. Now this recipe is really easy to do, but it's also really tasty as well. You can make it mild, medium or hot as well. We like to eat vegan or vegetarian food during our week, and then at the weekend we tend to indulge in a little bit of meat or fish. So this is one of my weekday meals. We're having this on a Wednesday, so while I was making it, I thought I'd share the recipe with you. So here is how to make my delicious chickpea and roasted aubergine curry. The first thing I'm going to do is preheat my oven to 200 degrees. My oven has preheated, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast my vegetables. So as well as aubergine, I have a couple of other vegetables that I like to put into this curry as well. So I have peeled and cubed 1 aubergine, so I've done them to about 1 centimetre piece, the cubes. And then I've also peeled and cubed 1 courgette as well, so I've done those to about 1 centimetre piece, and I'm going to put those into my baking tray like so. And then I also have some tomato as well here. If I added all of these ingredients to the title, then this would be a really long title, so I don't do it. So that's why I've just said roasted aubergine, but the courgette and the tomatoes help to add extra flavour to this curry as well. So I've got about 500 grams of fresh tomatoes as well. They're on the vine ones. You can use other tomatoes, you don't have to use on the vine, but I do find that they are delicious, especially at this time of year in the summer as well. And now I'm just going to add a pinch of salt to all of that as well, a good pinch of salt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some olive oil, just drizzle some olive oil over the top of this. And then I'm going to just toss all of the veg in the oil and the salt. So hopefully everything will be covered in the oil and the salt like so. And now I'm going to put this into my oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until everything's golden brown and the tomatoes have split. So my vegetables have roasted, and as you can see the tomatoes have split. So I'm going to take these out of the oven and leave them to cool for about 10 minutes now. As you can see, I have removed the vegetables from the oven and I left them to cool for about 10 minutes or so. And now I'm going to blend them with a bit of vegetable stock. So I've got about 300 ml of vegetable stock here, but I'm only going to use about 200 I think. So I'm just going to add a bit more. So I'm going to use about 200, and I've got a bit more just in case I need it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these vegetables into my blender, and I'm going to blend them all together. And this is basically the basis of the curry sauce. And the reason I blend it all up is simply because my little family aren't great fans of vegetables. So if I blend it, they don't know what's in it. So I can get away with it, and they eat vegetables, so that's always good. So I'm just going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put the lid on, and as I said, I'm going to blend this until it's smooth. Now I'm going to just check. Yep. As I said, I've blended this until it is smooth, and basically I'm just going to use this as a sauce, and I'm going to go and cook the curry now. So I've put some rice on to cook, because we're going to have curry and rice tonight. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to put my pan onto a high heat on my hob, and I'm going to add oil to the base of that pan. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon or 2, and I'm going to swirl that around until it's all covered, the base is all covered in the oil. And I'm going to leave this pan to heat up now on the hob. So my pan is nice and hot now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a red onion to this. So I have peeled, sliced and diced one red onion. I've just done it roughly, you don't have to have it small. If you don't like onion, or if you have someone in your family who doesn't like onion, then you could always add it to the sauce, or you can chop it smaller if you want to. I've done it in fairly small chunks, but not too small. And now I'm just going to stir this until the onion starts to soften in the pan. So as you can see, the pan is getting very hot now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn down the heat slightly, and I'm also going to add a little bit of water to the bottom of the pan to stop those onions from boiling. And now I'm going to add my spices to this. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garam masala. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ground ginger as well. Oh, that smells good already. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mild chili powder. You can add hot or medium as well if you want to. You don't have to have mild. If you like it a bit spicier, then please add hot or medium. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of ground cinnamon as well. And cinnamon will just give it that sweetness and take away the bitterness as well. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of dried oregano as well, or oregano as I know the Americans like to call it. And I'm just going to stir this around now until these start to heat up. And I can smell that already. That smells good, man. And now I'm going to add in my sauce that we made earlier. So I'm just going to add that into the pan, and I'm going to mix all of those ingredients together now, like so. And then all that's left to do for this is to add chickpeas in, and I cooked the chickpeas earlier. So what I did was I got some baking powder and some water, and I soaked these in a big bowl overnight. And then I drained them under the sink, and I rinsed the baking powder and all the excess water off. And then I put them into a large saucepan like this one, and I cooked them with a teaspoon of baking powder again. And now I'm going to add these to my saucepan, and I'm just letting my rice come to the boil. And I'm just going to turn the heat right down on this, and I'm going to leave it to simmer now. I've just tried a little bit of the sauce. I'm going to try a bit more. And I think it just needs a touch of salt and a bit of pepper. So a little bit of salt. I know I added salt at the beginning, but I don't want to add too much, but just a touch more. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper to this as well. And then I'm just going to mix this round and try it again. And I think this should be dinner done by the time I've done this. Oh yeah, that's good. That's really brought out the flavour of the tomato and the spices as well. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to add some chopped spinach and some chopped spinach and chopped coriander. I've just got like a big handful of that. So I'm just going to put that in. And I'm just waiting for my rice to boil, so I'm just going to let this wilt down in the pan now by stirring it round. And all that's left to do is wait for the rice to boil, and that will be dinner done. Yay! That's how you make my delicious chickpea and roasted aubergine curry, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. This smells so good, I'm going to have to go and eat it. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye!